come in, we will talk to them, and here they are. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well. How
Good.
are you?
I'm good. Excited to get to talk to you heading into year two with the program. To start off, what do you feel like is the biggest thing you learned from year one here, Sahar?
Great question. I think I was actually just asked this a couple hours ago. The power of resiliency and continuing to move forward regardless of circumstance. And we did. I mean, last year was really rough on paper. However, I do think we continued to take step by step. We moved forward, and we're in a really great spot now. I also learned the power of people and the makeup of your people. This offseason, we had a pretty big roster overhaul, and the biggest characteristics we were looking for in that roster were workers, winners, and believers. And there is so much power in that, in bringing together people who have the same mindset and the same approach to the work we're doing. It's not just what you do; it's how you do it. And I feel like there's a lot of alignment here this year. So I've learned the importance of that.
Cece, you were obviously a really big bright spot in what you guys were able to do last year. You led the MAC in double doubles last season. What can we expect from you heading into this year?
The same thing.
I'm excited to see it. What have you been working on? What does that look like for you over the summer?
Honestly, during the summer, I played a lot for Team Canada, so I 3v3, so I got to expand my game a little bit more and just challenging myself on defense, and on offense. So I do think I am working on my three ball to be more efficient, but also just being more versatile, being able to bang inside, be physical, play defense in a better way than last year, and I'm in a better shape than I was. So that's a thing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is French your first language? Is French what you speak?
Yes, it's my first language.
So I took French for 7 years, and I'm pretty terrible at it still. But I've been trying to, when I'm talking to French-speaking players, I've been trying to practice at least a phrase or two. So I'm going to say something, and I want you to grade me. I didn't practice this.
Okay.
I need to grade me on my sentence structure here. Je suis excité de te regarder. Was my sentence
Yes,
structure
that's good.
right? Okay.
Yes, that was good. That was good.
That's what I was trying to say, that I'm excited to watch you. I should have added Lene this year. But I'm very excited to see what you're able to do this year. What are your kind of first impressions of the group that you're surrounded by this season?
Okay, my first impression of our group is how mature we are and how connected we are. We genuinely love each other, love spending time with each other, and we're like the freshman class, the transfer are really mature. So I think that's something they're mature, we're mature, connected, and we're like people that care about others.
Yeah.
So that's my first impression.
Absolutely. Sahar, obviously you add some really meaningful transfers, but you also have a big freshman class, which is maybe getting rarer and rarer as the portal is, increasing in usage, right? What do you like about this group of freshmen that you brought in?
The best thing about a freshman is they don't know what they don't know. And so they're pretty fearless. And I love that. Every day is a new adventure for them and with them. And so for coaches, it requires a little bit more patience than it would be with CC or some of our more veterans, but they're just fearless. And the other word I would use is fun. They are a blast to be around. They have fun. They know how to compete with joy, which has been a big thing with our team. So the freshmen have brought a fearlessness. They've brought a fun, and they're just great to be around.
Yeah, absolutely. And then kind of going along the new pieces route here, you did have a 5-person transfer class come in, so some newness this season. Who's impressed you the most of the newcomers? It can be a transfer or a freshman. I know you probably want to talk about all of them, and I wish we had the time to, but who is someone
Yeah,
who
we have
I should
13.
really be keeping an eye on?
I'm going to start with the person who's going to be essentially the engine for us with the ball. I think Noe Thea from Lipscomb, originally from Spain, but she's a senior. She has really taken the reins as our primary ball handler. and she can go. And when I call her an engine, she is, I think Cece would agree, she's absolutely an engine. You have no choice but to go with Noe, or she's going to blow by everybody and go coast to coast for a layup. So if you want to be a part of the offense, you better be sprinting in transition. So she's probably the first person that comes to mind. I'll name one other newcomer that has some experience, and that's our fourth captain. So Cece, Brooklyn, Noe, and then Artemis, a transfer from Western Michigan, actually a graduate transfer originally from Greece. I'll mention her. I think she's been a really steady calm for us. She jokes about being kind of the grandma of the group, and she really does have a calming presence both off the court and on the court. And I know for CC and Brooklyn in particular, with a very freshman heavy team, they've appreciated being able to lean on both Noe and Artemis. But I think Artemis has been shooting the three ball really well. She just does her job. She does her job. She keeps things moving. She's extremely coachable, and she's added to our leadership.
So Noe is someone that I wanted to talk about because, and this is kind of a funny story, so stick with me here. The first ever sideline reporting task I was given was when Lipscomb came to Indiana my freshman year. So it was 2 or 3 years ago now. And I remember watching her and being really impressed with what she did. Okay. So I'm a student here in Indiana still, transparently. I have 1 semester left. And my last ever sideline assignment that I have, and maybe I'm breaking this to you guys now, I'm doing your game when you come to Indiana. So I get to do her. I get to talk to her again and talk about her again and see how much she's improved over the last few years. So I was really excited when I saw that you guys got her and that I get to see her here in Assembly Hall again.
Oh, that's awesome. What a cool story. I know she's going to be excited to see you again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And she was someone who obviously really impressed me when I saw her. And then when I saw that she had entered the transfer portal, I was like, man, whoever gets her, they're lucky. She was really good and just seems like a really cool person too, on and off the court. You talked about how, what you were kind of trying to get and reshaping this team. What do you feel like are the biggest strengths that you either added, or obviously with your returners and Cece and a couple others, what do you feel like are the biggest strengths you have this year?
I'm going to go soft skills first, if you don't mind. I think the biggest strength is mentality. I think we have a collective mentality that is aligned, and it's exactly what we want as a program. And we talk about being pro-like in our mindset and our approach. And I think all of our women, and I think Cece used the word maturity, I think all of our women have a really pro-like mentality and approach to our work. And so I think that's absolutely a strength. On court, in terms of more of the X's and O's and the things that supporters and fans see, I think we're really good with tempo, pace and space. I think that's a strength of ours offensively. And then I think we're going to add a lot of disruptions defensively because we finally have the depth and personnel to do so. And so I think we're going to be looking to speed the game up, and I think that's a strength for us.
Cece, as one of the oldest players on this team this year, what's impressed you about the youngsters and kind of leading this team? What have you been impressed with, and what's that been like for you being a leader on this team?
Okay. I think what impressed me is I think during the summer with the freshman class, first pickup as a team with no coaches, just between us. They're like getting buckets, like scoring and like talking trash. And I'm not used to that. I was used to that in high school, but not in college. And as a freshman, it's usually you come first pickup, with your. But yeah, it's you're kind of shy. You get buckets, you score, but it's okay, you know what I mean? They were just fearless, like she said, and then talking, and I was like, oh, I love that. I'm impressed, but I love that because they have a lot of they know as freshmen they're really confident, and that's really nice. That's good. So I think I was really impressed of them just being fearless, talking trash during pickup, having fun. And I think that because we have a lot of also mature upperclassmen, nobody was intimidated and have intimidation towards the fact that, oh, they're freshmen and they're scoring and talking trash. No, I was like, oh, I love it. Like, this is all I always wanted for in my college career, being able to just pour, talk trash, and nobody take it personal, and then we just go out, grab coffee, eat dinner, and life is good. So,
Who's the best trash talker on the team?
oh my God, this is tough. This is you have I. This is tough because you have me. You
You're
have
putting yourself number one.
Yes, I have to. If I'm being authentic, you have me. You have Adrina. You have Peyton and Believe.
So
But I
there's a
think
lot of
Drina is like. Say it again.
so there's a lot of you that are going to be talking some trash this year. I love it.
Four.
I'm excited to see
Yes.
it here in Bloomington. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on you and listening to what you're saying on the court. I'm excited about it. Have you noticed this, Sahar? Have you noticed a difference in kind of the mentality this year?
Absolutely. And I mean, trash talk is one example of, I'll call it spirit and passion. I think there's a lot of spirit and passion for what we do, because of who we're doing it with. I think the relationships that they've been able to develop off the court, they're just extremely connected and they're extremely close. And so I think now when they suit up and they're competing, they're not just doing it for themselves, they're doing it for the person to their left, the person to their right. And with that comes a lot of passion, comes a lot of love, comes a lot of spirit, whether it's practice or competition. And so I definitely have noticed that. And I think it stems from their relationships and the strength of their relationships.
Another cool thing about your roster, and I think it's maybe becoming more common now, but you have 9 international players on your roster, right? Which is really cool to have so many people from so many different places and cultures. How do you feel like that's added to the dynamic, and what do you like so much about international players?
You grow so much from being exposed to diversity, and I think it's such a beautiful thing when on the court, maybe my communication isn't as effective as Noe talking to Paula in Spanish real quick to address something. I think it's the coolest thing. I love that. I love that CC can grab Believe and they can talk French real quick, from practice to the film room. I think it's a really cool thing. And I love that they've got teammates who embrace that and who want that and who want to learn from just the diverse backgrounds that we have, and learn from each other. I think Peyton's trying to pick up French from CC a little bit. So I think it's a beautiful thing because I think, when you're exposed and you're immersed in a diverse group, in a diverse setting, and there's an inclusiveness, I think that is just an awesome place where you can grow. And that goes beyond the court. That's growth as a person. So we love it. In terms of the international recruitment, specifically this offseason, that wasn't something that we were setting out to do necessarily. Like I said, we were just looking for workers, winners, and believers. And there just happened to be a lot of international women who were like, let's roll. And so it's about finding the right people. And we've got all the right ones in our locker room.
Workers, winners, and believers named Believe, right? You got
Yeah,
a girl named
one of them
Believe.
is. Yes, absolutely.
Cece, hearing her talk about the different languages, is there also trash talk in foreign languages going on, like behind each other? Can you understand it sometimes? Are you talking some trash in French? Are they talking some trash in Spanish? Is that like a whole dynamic on the court?
Not really.
Just
Not
English?
really. And
Make
I
it
don't know
easy.
if like I don't know if some of my teammates talk trash in Spanish. I don't think they do. But me and Believe sometimes like we don't really talk trash in French. We may say things in French and then laugh at it, but we don't really talk trash in French. It's really rare.
Yeah. I mean,
We
you
use
got to make it easy for them to understand the trash you're talking, right? You want
Right.
them to
Yeah. You got to own it, right? Like whatever you say, you got to own it.
yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I'm excited to watch you guys soon. And especially when I get to see you in person here in whatever it is, a month and a half. I'm very excited to see, how you grow from the start to then. I appreciate you coming on to talk.
Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
your time.